Imagine being born into a world of unimaginable wealth and privilege. Grand palaces, fleets of luxury cars, and a lifestyle of opulence beyond most people's wildest dreams. Such is the gilded existence of Princess Aminah, the only daughter of the immensely rich Sultan of Johor. Born in 1986, Princess Aminah's early life was the epitome of a real-life fairy tale. As the cherished princess of the royal family of Johor, one of the most prominent royal houses in Malaysia, no expense was spared in giving her the finest upbringing. Her father, Sultan Ibrahim Ismail, presides over a vast business empire spanning real estate, telecommunications, oil and gas. With an estimated net worth of $5.7 billion, he reigns as not just royalty in title, but as one of Asia's wealthiest monarchs. Growing up ensconced in palatial surroundings and doted on by an army of staff, Princess Aminah received a top-notch education, first at the elite Australian International School in Singapore, and later graduating with a degree in economics. But while groomed to one day play a key role in the family's commercial ventures, the young princess had ambitions of her own. At the tender age of 21, Princess Aminah boldly launched her own cosmetics company, Luvens. In an inspired move, the princess herself became the captivating face of the brand in its advertising campaigns. Radiating sophistication and grace, her personal touch lent an aura of majestic glamour to her products. The brand took off, and with it, Princess Aminah's reputation soared as a savvy entrepreneur in her own right. But the multi-talented princess was just getting started. An avid sportswoman and fitness enthusiast, she excelled at horse riding, running, and mountaineering. Drawing upon skills inherited from her mother, she blossomed into an accomplished artist as well. Princess Aminah, it seemed, was determined to define her life by her own achievements, rather than simply luxuriate in the lavish privileges of her birthright. However, in the midst of her meteoric rise, one aspect proved elusive to the princess: finding true love. By age 29, Princess Aminah was facing mounting pressure from her father to marry. In typical royal fashion, Sultan Ibrahim had no shortage of blue-blooded suitors lined up for his daughter's consideration. But none captured the princess's heart. For her, settling for an arranged marriage of convenience was out of the question. Steadfast in her romantic ideals, Princess Aminah held out for a soulmate. Little did she know, a chance encounter at a humble cafe would change her life forever. There, a strapping young Dutchman named Dennis Verbias was working as a manager. Their eyes met, and an instant connection sparked, one that would blossom into an extraordinary love story. Dennis, who hailed from a small town near Amsterdam, had originally pursued a career in soccer after college before making his way to Singapore. In addition to his cafe job, he worked as manager of a football club and dabbled in modeling on the side. The dashing Dutchman had no idea that the beautiful woman he was serving that day was royalty, the daughter of one of Malaysia's most powerful sultans. To him, she was simply a charming and down-to-earth girl. Princess Aminah, too, was blissfully unaware of the serendipity of his surname, Verbias, which means amazing surprise in Dutch. After 3 years of courtship, she would reveal her royal identity to her bewildered beau, setting the stage for a classic fairy tale romance of a princess and her unlikely prince. But the path to the altar would not be without obstacles. Sultan Ibrahim was vehemently opposed to his daughter marrying a European commoner. Over the next 3 years, Princess Aminah would wage a determined campaign to win her father's blessing, while her beloved Dennis would be put through a series of trials to prove his worthiness. The Sultan demanded that Dennis convert to Islam and take on a traditional Malay name. Furthermore, he was required to sign an agreement effectively renouncing any claim to Aminah's royal inheritance. The Sultan was certain the Dutchman would balk, but the couple's commitment proved unshakable, and Dennis agreed to all the conditions, sealing the deal on their hard-won happily ever after. The wedding of Princess Aminah and Dennis Muhammad Abdullah, as he was now known, was a grand spectacle befitting a royal love story years in the making. The magnificent Istana Bukit Serene Palace was transformed into a dazzling wonderland of lights and flowers for the occasion, with over 1,200 distinguished guests in attendance. The bride was a vision of elegance in a traditional white baju kurung dress, adorned with a crystal-studded veil and tiara. In a touching personal gesture, she opted for understated makeup, allowing her natural beauty to shine through. Dennis cut a dashing figure in Malay ceremonial attire as he presented his princess with a customary wedding dowry of 22,251 Malaysian ringgit. Following the opulent nuptials, broadcast live across the country, the newlyweds settled into their roles as Malaysia's premier power couple. Already a formidable presence in the business world, Princess Aminah's portfolio continued to expand. In addition to her successful skincare line, she held key positions in telecommunications, real estate development, and even operated a KFC franchise. Her philanthropic work was equally impressive, with the princess lending her support to numerous charitable causes. As for Dennis, he too carved out a niche in the upper echelons of Malaysian society. Taking up leadership positions in property development and investment, his net worth, though undisclosed, was assumed to be substantial through his ties to his wife. The couple became celebrated fixtures on the social scene, turning heads at galas with their striking good looks and palpable devotion to one another. But perhaps the most remarkable aspect of Princess Aminah's fairy tale life is how she leveraged her privilege into purpose. Beyond the glitz and glamour, the princess emerged as a role model for young women across Malaysia and beyond. Her story is one of quiet determination, of staying true to one's heart and forging an identity beyond the gilded cage of royalty. In an era where monarchies are often seen as antiquated institutions, Princess Aminah stood as a thoroughly modern royal, as much a savvy businesswoman and philanthropist as a demure figurehead. That she managed to balance these roles while also prioritizing love and family was a proof to her strength of character. Of course, none of Princess Aminah's achievements would have been possible without the immense wealth and status she was born into. In that sense, her life is a study in contrasts. A woman of immense privilege who nonetheless strove to create her own legacy. Her story invites us to ponder the obligations and opportunities that come with being born into a world of almost unfathomable riches. Some might view Princess Aminah's life as a gilded fantasy, impossibly removed from the struggles of ordinary people. Others may see in her an aspirational figure, proof that with resources and determination, women can excel in any arena they choose, even while navigating the complexities of love and family. Princess Aminah's Trillionaire life reminds us that regardless of circumstances, we all seek love, purpose, and the chance to make a difference. Her modern fairy tale challenges us to see beyond wealth to what truly matters. In a world of increasing inequality, Princess Aminah exemplifies how privilege combined with compassion can achieve great good. As she continues to impact society, her legacy will be one not just of immense wealth, but of a meaningful life well lived, the epitome of a true princess.